my great peoples. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Convicted to Grow podcast. I'm your girl, Coach Tressa, motivational speaker, confidence and business strategy coach. And y'all know how we do. We bring people from all walks of life to come in, drop some gems, some nuggets as it relates to growth, resilience, or anything that's going to make you be a better version of yourself in life, career, and business. And so, like I said before, that in this summer series, we're doing what you call a next chapter conversation encore edition. Y'all know we've been having this podcast for 18 months now. And so I thought about bringing in some amazing guests to say, what you been doing for these last 18 months? And I prayed about it. And I said, you know what? Give me the people that I need to interview in this season. And so honestly, I was just seeing people on their timeline every time I look. These people kept showing up on my timeline doing some amazing things, new projects being released, books, conferences, speaking, weight loss transformation. So I'm super excited for all the guests that are going to be coming in over these next 5 to 6 weeks. So my next guest, y'all, oh my gosh, I call him my fam, my brother, but he's a powerhouse. When I tell you a powerhouse, he's a powerhouse speaker, keynote speaker, motivational speaker. He's been under the direction and leadership of Dr. Eric Thomas, aka E.T. the hip hop preacher. He's been in leadership spaces with the Next Level under Jeremy Anderson as well. Shout out to both of those and Inky Johnson as well. So shout out to the Next Level speakers community as well as the UOU community. So those are two communities that I know Brad has been a huge factor in and played a part. And they his mentors and coaches, right? What better way to be coached by the number one motivational speaker in the world? But he's also a husband and a father. He's an advocate for student success as well as the educative success. And guess what? He don't just stop there. He's also tapping into whether it's a nonprofit, whether it's an all men's organization, or even the corporate space. This man knows how to command the stage. And I'm just proud because I am not even reading off of nothing right now. I'm just going by what I know. So that goes to show you. But listen, real quick, go to the description because he's number episode 22. Episode 22. So when you go to Convicted to Grow podcast, go find him and you get to hear his backstory, everything, his background, and things like that. And it's called From Paychecks to Purpose, a Speaker's Journey. So, y'all, help me welcome none other than Brad Butler II. Hey, Brad.
Hey, what up, though, family? Oh man, I'm actually honored, to have the opportunity to be able to come back, to be asked to come back. They don't always ask you to come back, so
No. And guess what, y'all? Out of all my episodes, he's in my top. Matter of fact, he's in my top 3 or top 4, something like that. But his first original hit over 1,000 views. And so I'm super excited to bring him back because he's always coming with a word. And we be unscripted. So we're gonna go with the flow, you right? But how you feeling though?
I'm good. I really can't complain at all. Like I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed and I'm extremely thankful. I have an attitude of gratitude. I try to wake up every day and just think of all the things that I'm blessed to have in my life instead of thinking about the things that I wish that I or quote unquote wish I had. Um, yeah, but this has been a blessing. I'm good. I'm good. I feel good. My mind, body, and spirit. I feel good.
Yeah, and he's from Jersey too, y'all. So shout
Know
out
that.
to the
You're
to Jersey.
you're
But since our last episode, which is pretty much over a year ago, what has been some of your most meaningful wins or shifts in your career, life, whatever you want to share?
oh man. I mean, some of the most meaningful shifts that have happened has been me upgrading, or I should say learning how to be a better husband and be a better father. Um I've always dreamt of or had that dream of being married and having a wife, and I've always been extremely intrigued by the thought process of that there's a person on this earth who literally said that I am willing to walk through life with you from now until we are no more.
Mm,
The level of loyalty that comes with that. Um, it's something that I don't play with. It's something that I'm locked in on. Um, I'm amazed by. Like my wife amazes me every day, whether she knows it or not. Like that's my man 100 grand, you know what I'm saying? Like my woman 100 grand, like that's by my side. And then the fact that she was able to give me my two sons, that's it, just deepens it. And then she's a praying woman, like she brought me back closer to God. So
Wow.
I've dived deeper into trying to be the best husband I could be, and best father I could be for my children, and just be a whole man, for my family, praying for them, each day, putting my kids my children to bed every night, reading to them and telling them I love them and all that. Like, people talk about me as a speaker, like that is not the best version of me.
Okay.
It's not. I'm a good speaker because that is what I've been, a gift that God has given me. I didn't ask for that, but I asked for God to work on me as a husband, to work on me as a
Mm.
father, to give me patience, to give me understanding and wisdom, so that when these like life's challenges came up, I would have the discernment to know how to deal with them. I would have the wisdom to know how to deal with them. I'd be slow to anger, with my children, slow to anger with my wife. Like those are like that's the transformation. Those are the things that I've been going through this season. It hasn't been some crazy astronomical leaps as far as the business. If anything, I slowed down with the business just to make sure that I was able to be the husband and father that I said I always wanted to be.
Mm. Wow. Okay. Well, listen, y'all. Well, shout out to the wifey. That's amazing. To give her flowers. I love it. I love it that you're honoring her. That speaks volume of just who you are, as a husband, as a father, and things like that. But I could tell you, I know a win that I know for sure. See
Oh
how
yeah.
humble he is. He's
Uh,
so humble. He's so humble. Talking about, and I love it. We ain't gonna talk about you had your first conference.
yeah. Yeah. So the calling conference, I did my first conference in March 22nd. So that was a little bit of a while ago, but I did my first conference and it was an experience, to say the least, because um, when you haven't done something before, you're learning through the process. So you're just like, okay, you have to make some hard decisions. You're working on, marketing and advertising. You're working on getting donations and stuff like that, and getting partners and bringing in speakers. And then you're working on getting people into the venue and stuff like that, and all these different things that you're going through. And then on top of that, I got to get on stage and I got to speak twice. So, it's a lot that goes into it, but I'm really thankful that I did it, because it was something that was on my heart for a long period of time, a vision that was given to me, and I was like, this is something I really need to do, and I got to figure this out. So it went well. The speakers were phenomenal. We had great speakers that were there. The turnout was pretty good as well, for it to be our first one that we were doing. Um, so I'm just extremely thankful. So we had like the videos from it, made sure we had a great videographer team that was there, videos, pictures, all that good stuff. And it just went really well. And we had some beautiful moments, man. My mom was there, my sister was there, my whole family was there. We took pictures, and man, it was just a beautiful situation. And I'm just extremely thankful that God trusted me with a vision like that. And
Yeah.
how it impacted people's lives the way that it did, man, that was the biggest thing for me. The Next Level family was in the building as well. So it was just a great experience. And I got people who are still reaching out saying, hey man, when's the next one? Are we going to do another one the next year and everything? So yeah, we're going to see.
Well, yes, there's gonna be another one. So y'all get ready, get ready, get ready. Um, Take me back though. What to you do you know where you was at mentally or emotionally in a space where you was like, I gotta do this right now? Like, what was that process like? Because here's the thing about starting anything that you've never done, we can sometimes hold ourselves back. And if, like you said, getting closer to God, when God is speaking to you on that in that internal side, it's like, okay, I gotta trust the process. Obedience births favor. What made you? What was you that process like? And what was the why behind that? Like why you said it had to be called the calling?
Yeah. So when I had, I made the decision, like you might have something floating around in your mind, but when you finally make that decision, like a firm, steadfast decision, okay, we doing this, and so much to the point where it's like, okay, I didn't put a down payment on this venue. It's like, oh, we got to do this now. It's going down. If I'm in here talking to myself, it's going down. Because I didn't put this money down, right? And when I did everything or got things moving, got things started, man, I didn't have any money. I hadn't raised any money for this event. I didn't know who I was going to have as the speakers. I didn't really know exactly the direction that it was going to go in. And by the time it was all said and done, like things just fell into place like Tetris. And it was just like, okay, speakers are done, hotels are done. Like, all right, we got the money, we got this, we got that. We had Chick-fil-A was a sponsor, and donated, food, to the event to feed all the people. I was like, my God, like, where's this coming from? And to top it all off, we got the videography team, all that good stuff. And like when we did the video and we actually showcased that we had Chick-fil-A there, when I went back, to the person who, gave me the donation and gave me the food, and I sent them the video and everything, he was like, I am so like just thankful that you did that. He's like, because we donate to so many people, so many organizations. He was like, and no one ever takes the time to take a picture or make a video or anything like that, just showing that we were actually there and we supported their event. He's like, you will always be able to call on us. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I was just doing what I thought was right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then to be called the calling conference.
So that part. I named it the calling conference because I got so tired of seeing people doing things that were not connected to their calling. They doing things because someone told them to do it, doing things because a paycheck was connected to it. Like, I'm the king of quit. I was a king. I say I was, because I haven't worked a job or a regular 9 to 5 in a very long time. I think since 2020. So that's a pretty decent amount of time. But man, I was a king of quitting jobs, the king of it, because I felt like the job was getting in the way of my purpose, even though I didn't necessarily know what my purpose was yet. It was just a feeling that I had. I was like, this getting in my way. This stopping me from doing something, or I don't really like the way that they treating people, or they treating me, or whatever. They getting over on me. Like, I know business math. I went to school and got my degree in business. So I'm like, you ain't about to get over on me with this business math. And math is my worst subject, but I know business math. I know profit lines. I know profit margins and stuff like that. And I'm just like, hey, wait a minute. You paying me what, an hour? And I just sold this product for how much? Oh, y'all tripping. Yeah, keep it up. Like, I'm up out of here. It's like, well, you ain't gonna give them like a 2 weeks notice? No, I give them a 2-day notice. I'm quitting today.
Wow.
That's it. I'm out of here. And I was never bad at my jobs either. I was actually good. I was a good employee, but I was just like, nah, you're not doing that. I'm better off, putting in all this time and effort for myself.
Yeah, and there's so many people who still and here's the thing, at 8, there are people, I mean, I'm in my 40s and I've seen people say they still don't know what their calling is or their purpose.
Right.
Like, I don't know my purpose. I'm like, how do you not know? Like, what would you
And
tell the person who say, I don't know what my purpose is?
Listen, but those individuals are cheating themselves. They're cheating themselves, because like you're gonna spend the rest of your days not living in the purpose that you were actually like created for. I said, I can't. Like, even though I didn't know back then, I didn't know what my purpose was. I said, but I'm gonna spend my time trying to find it. But I will tell you this: you won't find it if you keep self-medicating. If you keep doing things that take you off of the ability to focus. Like, if you don't allow yourself to try different things. Yep. One thing I did learn with all them different jobs that I had, I learned what I like and I learned what I didn't like.
That part.
So I didn't have those issues later on. So I was lucky in the sense I found my purpose when I was about 24 years old. So after that, I'm 27 now, and ever since 24, I've been focusing on working within my purpose, finding a way to do that every single day. So yeah, like you still I can't figure out what my purpose is. Well, it's kind of hard to, because you're drunk. You're drunk on the weekends. You spend your check on liquor, you get drunk or you get high, and you self-medicating with this, that, and other. You do drugs, or you womenizing, or you're stuck in lust. You can't think.
Come on. You better tell it like it is.
You can't. All right, Toby Nwigwe, like one of my favorite rappers. He said it's hard to receive your blessings when both of your hands are full. So how? Like I realized in order for me to find my calling in my life, I had to give myself space, or I should say, not even give myself. I had to give God space to work on me. So I had to remove all the things that were not of God, all the things that were not actually for me, that were not actually helping me, that were actually a hindrance, all the things that were actually like, it was what's the word I'm looking for? It was almost like delaying me from getting to my purpose. It was slowing me down. It was like buffering. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was like, because I'm constantly like, as soon as I see something, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I might like that, might be what I'm supposed to do. Hey, take a shot. What? Where'd that come from? Hey, I think I really might be interested in that. Like, that might be what I'm supposed to do. Hey, you want to come over tonight? Three in the morning text. Wait a minute.
WYD. They texting you WYD. What you doing?
Right. And it's like, wow, what? Come, you gonna come to this party? You gonna do this? You gonna do? I'm like, dang. Every time I try to sit still and just be still, every time I try to get some peace, the song is called "Peace Be Still." And it's like every time I try to sit still and gain some peace, like so that there can be a download, I'm get distracted by something.
Yeah.
Something always come up, and it's always something that disorients me and throws off my mind, so I'm not thinking clearly. So it's like I had to remove all of those things, right? You got to remove all those things from you so that you can just be able to woosah, sit and breathe, and just like allow some stuff to be downloaded into your life. And then once that happens, you're like, got it. I didn't crack the matrix code. Y'all didn't messed up. I didn't figured out what y'all doing. I didn't start, I have a better understanding of finances and money. I have a better understanding of what it means to have integrity and character and values. All right, I see like family principles and what that looks like, and what it means to be kind and treat other people like, what goes around comes around. It's like, oh, okay. I'm not living for like, oh, okay, that whole laugh now, cry later situation.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm doing the work now to set me up for the future life that I want to live.
Yeah.
Like I want to live without regrets. I want my bucket to be empty when this thing is all said and done. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna be an author, I'm gonna be a speaker, I'm gonna do workshops, I'm gonna be a trainer, I'm gonna be a coach, I'm gonna do all these things that I'm purposed to do. I'm not leaving anything for chance. Nothing. And I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna be a good husband. I'm gonna be a good father. I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna be a good man or person in the community that people can look up to. I'm gonna be a friend. I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna do it all at a high level.
Yes, with excellence. With excellence.
With excellence.
Yes. Well, we are listening. Your call is definitely your voice, whether you speaking, teaching, mentoring, coaching. Like he just said, that all that requires him to speak using your voice. That is your calling. And I know we go way back from, I don't think I was in the same year you were, but I know you started out years ago in the ET Speaker Game Changer program. I know I did it maybe 2 years. I think I graduated in 2019, something like that.
I think mine was in 2019 too.
Mine was during the pandemic because we had to get our certificates online. We did our graduation online.
Yeah, so did I.
You was in my class.
Might have been. Mine was 2019. It might not have been the same, like, because it was a 3-month rotation. So it might not have been that same cohort.
Yeah, mine was like 2019 into 2020. We had Auntie Val, Cantus.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back and look at my little chart because they had all our names.
Erica. Yep.
I'm gonna go back and look and see if we was in the same class. But just doing that, and my thing, I was in it, but I didn't move the needle until further along. I was one of them conference groupies. I just go to every conference. You know how don't act like people, y'all don't judge me. Go to every mastermind, and I just never move the needle until like 5 years later, But hey, delayed don't mean denied. Right. But even for you, like, to serve even in ET's community, how has working alongside just with ET, the number one motivational speaker in the world, has shaped your mindset or elevated your speaking journey?
Well, you see things from, behind the curtain, and you get to know the individual for, who they are off stage. And what I can say is, me being blessed to have the opportunities to serve, ET and Jeremy and Inky. And what I can say is that the person that they are on the stage is the same person that they are off the stage.
Yep.
I have so much love and respect for, Eric Thomas, for being the man that he is, and helping me as much as he's helped me throughout the years. Jeremy Anderson is my big brother. Like, in my eyes, it's like, hey, we rock until the wheels fall off. He knows I will
Yeah.
always be by his side. I got him. I'm there for him. If you ever come to a next level conference, you will
Yeah.
see I am posted, standing, sitting right next to Jeremy, right next to ET. Where they go, I go. They're literally my mentors and my coaches, and I'm right there to cover them.
You was there in
Throughout.
2023. I was there.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I think I didn't know you like that, but I was gonna
Mhm.
say, if I'm not mistaken, you was back and forth. Then you would go over there with DJ D Dub. Like you was like, I don't know if he was logistic operation right hand man, but y'all, he was working the room. Do you hear me? I said, who was this dude? Just work. I
Li-
mean, working the room, and
little
then
bit of everything.
you were, and then to see, I think I first heard you do your content. I said, oh,
Mhm.
that man
Yeah,
got.
most people don't know I'm a speaker.
I said, oh,
Like,
that man
if
got
if
some
you come to the
power.
conference, you don't know I'm a speaker. You have no idea. Like, and then when people find out that I'm a speaker, they be like, "Are you speaking at the conference?" I'm like, "No, I'm not speaking at the conference." And I'm like, and here's the thing, I'm not speaking at the conference. I did not come there to speak. I
Right.
came there to make sure that my mentors and my coaches are straight and they got everything that they need.
Yeah.
Um, Nor will I be asking them to put me on the stage as a speaker at the conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Mm-hmm.
I handle the stage? Absolutely. And they know that as well. But that's not what I'm there for.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
not there for that. I speak on the regular. I've been on many stages. So I've spoken in front of thousands of people, not 100, not 2,000, in a stadium with thousands of people. I'm good. I'm good. If
Well,
they
you
if
said
they
that with
never
confidence,
ask me,
y'all.
like, if they never ask me to speak at the conference, it is okay.
Yep.
I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure that they straight and they got what they need, and I get my information that I need so I can go home better than I came.
Yeah. Yeah. And he said that with confidence. I'm good. Um,
Good.
talk about the importance of having coaches and mentors in your life, because here's the thing, a lot of people, and I know I joked and said a conference groupie, but I would tell you, and I
Mhm.
said this before, it took me a couple years later to come to that next level conference in 2023. And I felt convicted. That when ET said, some of y'all don't need to come to another conference, just move the needle. I said, oh my God, he talking about me, Lord. But I will say this, and now I got to give a kudos. Since leaving the next level speakers conference to today, I've done 21 paid engagements.
Oh,
Just,
amen.
but it's proximity. I'm inspired by you guys. Like for real, for real. When I see you and some of the other, elite level members in there, the consistency, but you're coachable. And a lot of people, they don't understand the importance of being coachable and mentored. It helps elevate you just to another level, next level, when you are being that. So speak about the importance of having coaches and mentors in your life.
Oh, that's the cheat code. Like, if you're trying to get to the level of success that you want to get to, and whatever that might be, because everyone's level of success is different.
Yep.
Me personally, I said I want to be the best speaker I can possibly be in this industry. I may never be at Eric Thomas's status, and that's okay. But I do have to be at the status where I can buy back my freedom and buy back my wife's freedom, and we can live a life that's comfortable, and I
Yeah.
can take care of my kids. See, that's where people get stuff mixed up. They be like, I want to be E, and I want the fame and the fortune, and I want all that stuff. And I'm like, no, no, no. I don't necessarily have to be famous. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to be stopping me, at the grocery store, you know what I'm saying, or to take a picture when I'm in the airport. That's fine. I'm cool off that. It's not that. Don't move me like that. If you want to take pictures, perfectly fine. I'll take a picture. I get it. And I've gotten that before. But what I'm saying is, what's most important to me is to be able to take care of my family. So if the
Right.
trade-off was, hey, you don't get all the fame and fortune, and nobody wants to take pictures or wants your autograph and stuff like that, but I can take care of all these bills and make sure my family's straight, and I can create generational wealth, fine, perfectly fine with me. I'm cool with it. Just to make sure, I just want to make sure my people are straight, make sure my mentors are straight, make sure they got what they need and they good to go. Make sure I can help the next generation. But if you want to be able to get whatever form of success that you're looking for, you have to sit at the feet of people who have done it on a high level. I've never not had a mentor or a coach while I've been in this industry. I've been in this industry for over 10 years. There has never been a year that has gone by that I have not paid for mentorship, coaching, and guidance, because you cannot do it in your own strength. How do you bring yourself to a place that you have never been before? You need guidance. That's what a tour guide is for. When you go someplace you ain't never been before, you get a tour guide. Hey, show me around this piece, right? Because I don't want to get lost, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to get lost if you try doing it on your own. Like, you can try YouTubing it all you want. Go ahead. You can YouTube it. Talk to the YouTube gurus. They ain't going to do nothing but give you generic stuff. And then they're going to tell you got to pay to get the real stuff.
Yep.
It's just how it works.
Yep.
If anything worth having, you're going to have to pay for.
Yeah. Pay to play. Look, pay to play. Yeah. And, you know, even in your industry, I know education is your number one industry. But I know you can do other things. And so, in the education space, how do you stay so connected with those students and that success? Because we've talked about this in episode 22 a little bit, but there are people, and I'm going to say this, but I'm going to keep it real. There are people, your connection is different. And the reason why I say that, there are some people are chasing paychecks. They're chasing money. They're chasing, they'll do whoever, you know, the jail call, come talk to these inmates. And they like, oh, I'm like, whatever it is. How do you stay so connected with the students and the educators in that space?
I don't allow myself to get like a big head. And my wife helps me with that a lot. Because, you know, she keeps me grounded, and so does my mom, so does my sister. I keep people around me who can check me. Like, I'll never get to the point where I'm just walking around thinking I'm better than other people, because it wasn't all but too long ago that I was that, you know, little Brad who was in special ed classes for 10 years struggling, you know, to read, write, you know, and comprehend and do mathematics, and, you know, math anxiety, hands shaking and sweating, you know, trying to take a test. And then all of a sudden, a few years later, because I've gained some skills and I've built up my confidence, that I should treat people differently. I should treat people like they're less than. Absolutely not. I think my superpower is my humility. My superpower is the ability to look at people the same way, you know, that not necessarily, I don't treat people the way that I want to be treated. I treat people the way that they want to be treated. Because that's different. If I treat you the way that I want to be treated, you're not me. And I don't know your life experiences. It might be something that I do or say that could potentially trigger you because of a situation that you had that I knew nothing about. But if I take the time to actually get to know you, you know, a little bit about you, and then I can treat you the way that you want to be treated. It's just like, you know, your relationships, you know, with my wife. I don't treat my wife the way that I want to be treated. I treat my wife the way that she wants to be treated. Me and her are polar opposites of each other. I'm an extrovert. She's an introvert, right? So I have to do different things to make sure that she feels comfortable and safe in our household and loved in our household. So the same thing is when I'm dealing with these kids, because it takes much longer to earn a child's trust than it does to lose it. Like, in a moment's notice, you can lose a child's trust because you said something, did something that triggered them, and you know, and now they're like, oh man, you just like everybody else. I knew it. But when I'm talking to these kids, like, I meet them at ground level. I meet them where they are at. I'm not talking down to them. I'm encouraging them. Like, you might hear some of my videos and I'm raising my voice, but I'm raising my voice because I'm passionate and I'm pulling them in. I'm not pushing them away. There's a difference.
Right.
There's some people, you raise your voice at a child and you're pushing them away. I raise my voice and I'm pulling them in. I'm pulling them in. I'm letting them know it's okay. You can come talk to me. Like, that's why after I'm done with my presentations and my conferences and stuff like that, kids coming over there hugging me, crying on my shoulder and stuff like that. It's a release. It's a safe space. Like, some people walk in, and mind you, I'm not hating on nobody or however other people choose to do their thing, but some people come in with their 3-piece suits on and they, you know, they cologne, they think their stuff don't stink. And the thing that kills me is that they come in acting a certain way, not even so much like the dressing a certain way, but dressing and acting a certain way, and they don't realize they've created separation between the audience that they're trying to speak to, and they talk down to them, or they're talking in a certain way or in terminology that they don't understand, and it creates separation, more and more separation. They don't even realize you're walked in dressed like this, separation. You talk to them like this, separation. You're talking about topics they don't understand, separation. Like, it's just going, like, you're just making the void bigger and bigger and bigger the more you're in the room. Whereas I walk in, they see me in my Jordans, and they're like, yo, I like your Jordans. I'm like, oh, I like yours. That's dope. Why you wear all black? Oh, I wear all, but you want to know why? Oh, it's a reason why I do. I'll give you the reasons behind things. I tell them you can ask me anything you want. I tell them you can shoot me a DM. You can give me a call. I literally had kids FaceTime me in the middle of gym class. I'm like, y'all supposed to be paying attention in gym. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Brad. We just wanted to call, like, and just let you know we really loved your presentation. I'm like, well, thank you so much, but could you please go back to class? Like, I really don't want you to get in trouble. Like, but if you don't care, you won't even pick up the phone. Like, I'm like, all right, and I'm sorry because I just the news just broke today. So if you're watching this, you'll know that in the educational space, they just said that is what $6 billion are being frozen in the educational space. So I mean, all the money that's like, they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen, and like, normally I don't really talk about that type of stuff, but I hopped on, Instagram, social media platforms. I just made a quick like selfie video real quick, and I was just like, hey, the money is frozen. You ain't though. Ooh. If you in this industry and you're helping, and you're supposed to be helping the kids, you're supposed to be helping the students, you're supposed to be helping your community, you should have been doing it for, some of the work that you were supposed to be doing should have been for free anyway. It doesn't matter. So don't tell me you care about the community. Don't tell me you care about the kids. You care about these educators and how the sacrifices that they're making and all that they have to go through. And then because they say that there's a freeze on the money, now you're nowhere to be found. So you only can do the work. You can only be there. You can only create impact. You can only create cultural change. You can only do the work and create the social emotional learning and all the stuff that's needed. You can't do that for them anymore because there's no paycheck on the line. I get it. I got kids. I got a wife. Yes, we have bills. We got to pay for this. Like, oh, I get it. However, it does not, if your purpose to do the work, you don't let a problem get in the way.
Ooh, that's bars.
And because here's the thing, those two go hand in hand. Purpose and problems, they always go hand in hand. A purpose is there to defeat the problem. And the problem comes up needing a purpose to solve it. So it's like, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think this whole industry, if you're doing a work that's purposeful, that's there to help people, to solve problems, to break generational curses, people don't even realize this. If you are a speaker in the educational space and you get to a child when they're young and you're able to shift their mind in a positive way, you just created a positive individual who can change the world. And not even just one. I'm talking about a multitude of kids who now have a mindset shift. And now they're not going to be the ones who get strung out on drugs. They're not in the clubs acting crazy. They ain't shooting and murdering, going into gangs. They're not going to jail. You've created a phenomenal, powerful shift. You thought you were going to be able to do that purpose work and there weren't going to be any form of adversity that was going to come to try to stop you from doing it? If you are purposed to do the work, you knew this was coming. If not this, it was going to be something else, because it's always something. The question is not whether there was going to be a form of adversity or if there was going to be a problem. The question is, are you purposed to do the work? Are you actually the one that is supposed to be doing this work? Or was this a facade? Was this fake? Was this something that you were doing because you saw somebody else doing it that was getting likes and fame and fortune and money, and they were able to make this lifestyle for themselves? Yes, I'm not going to lie. This industry will pay you handsomely for the work that you do, but there are sacrifices that you have to make.
Come on.
There's time that I spend away from my wife, away from my kids. There's traveling that's involved with it. Like, there's work that I have to do to make sure I'm on top of my game. I have to be able to interact and engage with these students and interact and engage with these educators and these parents. You have to do your work.
Yeah.
You have to make sure, like, you have to work on your craft. There's people out here, like, literally, they're just on borrowed time. I promise you. Most people ain't gonna say it. I'm going to say it. The majority of people who are a part of this industry, who are in the speaking industry, and even in the space with the educators itself, they are trash juice. They don't practice. They have not sat under the feet of a mentor. They don't have any integrity. Not all. I'm not saying all. That's not what I'm saying. But there's a large amount of people trash juice. They really need to be going doing something else. And here's my thing. I don't really care. Like, if you do corporate, that's whatever, because those are adults. Like, they can fend for themselves. My thing is, leave them babies alone.
Ooh, come on, Brad.
Stay after school. Like, don't mess with the kids. Don't manipulate the kids' minds. Don't make the kids think that, oh, this is what it is, or this is what this person. Nah, don't do that. Leave the kids alone. Like, you're supposed to protect the kids. And then even with the educators, like, you know that they overworked and underpaid.
Yeah.
You coming in there spitting nonsense, a bunch of come on, bro, don't do that. Like this, I believe everything happens for a reason. So I believe that this situation, this scenario happening where, like, okay, the industry is hurting because of the financial stuff, that just means when they do have the money, they're only going to give it to the people that they can trust. They're only going to give it to the people who are actually skilled and have done the work. Because what's going to happen is people just going to fall off. Just like, all right, that whole situation that we had with the pandemic, then we had speakers coming out of nowhere. Everybody's a motivational speaker now. Like, my guy, listen, Eric Thomas said it best when he was like, yo,
that is so true, Brad.
Eric Thomas said it best. He said, listen, like, sometimes I cannot stand that, like, I have the title of motivational speaker, because my man could jump up on a Tuesday morning and just decide I'm a motivational speaker. And there's no credentials. There's no way to quantify it. There's no test to take or quiz. There's no degree that you got to get. So I'm a motivational speaker. Why don't you just, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm about to get myself in trouble. I'm going to get canceled. But it's like, why don't you just out here wilding for respect, doing X, Y, and Z, but now you're a motivational speaker with no training?
Okay, Brad, like, I got to be devil's advocate with it, because look, what if they tell you
you're having a hard time doing it? I can tell.
What if they tell you, but that's my calling?
Okay. Well, then why was it so silent for so long? If it was calling you, why didn't you answer before? Did it have the wrong number?
Oh gosh.
Did you not pay the bill? Why couldn't it reach you?
Facts.
But you saw a dope highlight reel or a video that went viral, or matter of fact, like a lot of cats did. They saw ET and was like, I want to go yell at people. I'm like, wait a minute. Don't do that to my mentor. Don't do that to my coach. That's not what he's doing. He's a passionate individual. He's just naturally loud. And I know for a fact, if you did if you did describe him like that, oh, you definitely don't know him. You definitely don't know the industry. Right. Because if you actually watch the work and you actually saw him speak live, you see that he touches all four of the personality traits in his presentations. Like, what you're seeing is a clip that went viral. Yeah. You're not seeing the whole presentation. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, bro, I can't even do it. I can't even have this conversation with you, bro. I can't do it. Now, I'm a student of the game. I'm a student of this thing. I love, watching the greats in our industry. Jim Rohn, right? Like, Les Brown, right? Zig Ziglar. Like, Lisa Nichols. I had the pleasure to be able to meet Lisa Nichols at the Next Level conference. Beautiful individual, great woman, like just lovely, like to be around. Like, I'm blessed to have to have had those situations where I once saw these individuals, and then I'm blessed to be in the situation to be able to walk side by side. Right. So yeah, that's why I take this industry to heart, and especially when it comes to the children and people in general. So just stop playing with people's lives. Yeah, I'm grounded in faith, so I truly believe that life and death is in the power of the tongue. Right. Yeah. So you get out there and you playing with people's lives and just saying whatever you want to say and using generic motivation and stuff like that, and you're not actually helping to move somebody to success, to help them to break a stronghold on their life. Can't do that. I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep well if I went out there and just played that game. So I'm perfectly fine if I have to, take a setback or a financial setback or whatever the case may be, or the world doesn't know who I am, doesn't know my name, and I may never be this or that or whatever the case may be, I'm fine with it because I sleep well at night knowing that I give it everything I got when I touch the mic.
Yeah. Yeah. Not only do you put in the hard work, like Jeremy Anders would say, but you also put in the heart work.
Oh,
Your
absolutely.
heart, your intentions, your motives. I mean, you showing up, making a sacrifice. They say, "Hey, Brad, we don't have the funds, but we want you to come in anyway." Some people be like, "Nah, I ain't doing that." But guess what you're doing? You building relationship. So when the check do clear, guess who they gonna call? We remember Brad when we didn't have it, but guess what? He did it. He did it when he was getting the 5-figure checks and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So now the check did clear. Hey, Brad, can you come on in and do this 2-day retreat, this conference? Think about that.
Listen, and there's some people out here, they might hear that and be like, yeah, I'm gonna start I'm gonna start doing that or whatever the case may be. It's like, some of y'all not necessarily ready to, just jump on every stage and do everything. Like, make sure you get your training in and do that first, and make sure you're ready to go. And then there's some others who are out here like, oh, I ain't speaking if I'm not getting paid and this, that, and the other. I'm like,
Yeah, I hate
I
that.
don't even know if your resume, you know, qualifies you to make those type of statements. But I have a strong resume in the speaking industry. Most people don't even know of all the places that I've spoken at and the work that I've done, and that's perfectly fine. It's cool. I'm not asking nobody to research it. Is what it is. But even with that, I still have a heart for the people, knowing that I can command more. I got a heart for the people, where it's just like, man, I just want to, like, I hate to see this situation in pain, like that, when I know that I can say something, I know I can do something to help and make it that much better. But at the same time, I'm also not going to let somebody, take advantage of me or my team, because we got overhead, we got bills we got to pay, we got staff, we got to make sure everybody is eating and taken care of. So it's something that we are mindful of.
Yeah, yeah. And I just looked up at your site. I mean, you've won countless awards. Even I know through the next level, the Speaker of the Year, Diamond Award, Platinum Award, Leadership Award. You got the Mayor's Award?
Yeah, I guess
Oh
so.
my God.
If it's on there, then I did.
Senate, I mean, sponsored by, I mean, you've definitely have earned your space in this industry, like putting the work in, all the certifications, like the education, like you are definitely social proof. Social proof. I tell people when they say I'm a speaker or even a coach, when you go to their pages, I don't want to see you taking trips all the time. Where I don't. How do I know you a speaker or a coach? Like, help me
I
understand.
tell people all the time, like, I'll show you better than I can tell you. It's like, you can speak. I'll show you better than I can tell you. Let's get on the stage. Like, and I've always been the type who's like, I ain't scared to go toe to toe or go after or before anybody.
Yeah,
Ain't never been scared. It's always been like, the question you better be asking yourself is, do you want to go after me?
man.
And a shout out to my brother, Jeremiah Brown.
I think
He's
I
the
know
dust.
him.
Yeah, he played in the NFL.
Okay,
And
he's
now
the next level too, right?
yep, played in the NFL, killing the game right now, doing work with NFL teams, sports teams all across the country. Love him to life, man. That's my guy. He is the only one to date that I've done an event with. We both were on the same card. We both were speaking together at an event. It was me and him, and he's the only person that I've ever had to do a presentation with where I was like, getting myself together, because I was the closing keynote, he was the opening keynote, and I'm sitting there minding my business, whatever, and I was like, what? Man, let me get my stuff together and get ready, because I ain't about to show me up. That he the only person thus far in my time, over 10 years in my career that I've been speaking, if we was on the same card, that I've ever been like, yeah, watch this, because if you think I'm not finna go up there and tear it up too, you crazy. You're crazy. And
And
so I
you
was like,
gotta close it too.
oh, and I'm the closing keynote. Absolutely. I was like, oh no, it's on. Like, they, when we walk away from this thing, they about to be like, both of them was fire. Yes, we were. Yes, we
Yeah,
were. It ain't about to just be a line for one of you. No, no.
yeah.
I'm getting mine.
Do you feel like, and then because I tell you, you can just before the call, before we got on, you was just spitting some game. Is your training method like you've like have practice it out loud many times, or have you wrote it down? Because you don't sound, first of all, you definitely don't sound scripted. You know how some speakers, like I've been to conferences where they write it down, but they're looking down, and then that's your style, right? But or you just flow. Like they say, hey, Brad, we want you to come in and talk about our teachers, the effective communication, just a disconnect with the teachers and the parents and stuff like that. Maybe somebody call you right now and they need you tomorrow.
That's happened.
So is it been because what does that, and we ain't got to go too much in detail with it, but how do you prepare for these keynotes? Because here's the thing, everybody ain't no keynote. Keynotes are different. It really is, and so the fact that you can go in, I can say, Brad, talk about this cup and why my cup needs to be filled back up. You will turn that thing into a whole.
Yeah. And I'm not being funny, but like if you wanted me to right now, it's like with that cup, I was like, okay, your cup needs to be filled up. And I'm not talking about a little bit, but it needs to be filled to its brim. Why? Because if it's not filled, then it has no purpose. So why would you even be carrying it? Why would you have it as in a part of your life at all? Like a thing is there to serve a purpose. So if that thing is there to hold the liquid, hold the water, whatever it is that gives you nourishment, what you need in your body, our bodies are 70% water, and our bodies need that in order for us to function. If you have this tool that's there to keep you hydrated, to keep you moving, keep you going so you can do the purpose work, what is the point of having this tool if it's not filled to its capacity so that it can do its job?
Y'all we ain't even practice this.
Like life is where I practice. So when people ask me like, where do you practice? When do you practice? How do you practice? In regular conversation. Okay. Most people don't know. I'll be practicing on my wife.
Okay.
Start a mini argument just so I can do the crescendo and decrescendo.
Really?
I do the crescendo, make my voice go. Every time I come in the house, you got the microphone on high. Got the microwave on high. She's like, what are you talking about? The microwave's not. It's like, yeah, you're right. And I decrescendo. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes I get so worked up. I don't know why.
Not, you know what? I'm done with you. But y'all have it. You see how he just did it, y'all. He turned the whole little 2-minute keynote off his cup because I said it was half empty. Wow. That's you good at what you do. And it's
because I love it.
But that's what I'm saying. You put the work in, coachable, training, and the reps.
Yeah.
You do it. If there's only 5 people in the room, you're gonna show up. If it's 5,000 in the room,
it don't matter. And the thing is, I got the film. I got film of me speaking in the rooms with just 1-2 people, and I'm giving it up because I'm like, this is an opportunity for me to get better. It can move somebody in here. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, Brad.
Yeah.
You gotta cherish these moments. You gotta cherish these opportunities because one day I'm going to give the last presentation I'm ever gonna give. And then it's over. So I have to approach every last one as if it is my last. That's me personally. I don't look at it as like, oh, I get a mulligan, I get a do-over, I get this Super Mario, I get another life. No, this is it. This is all I got. So every time, every interview, every presentation, every workshop, every training, I'm gonna give you everything I got. It's some presentations. When I finish, I'm sweating. I done sweated out the neck of my shirt. That's why I'm like, I ain't coming in here in no suit. You crazy? You know my style. I get buck wild. I gotta get loose. And so I got my Jordans on. I got my sneakers on. I got my jeans on. I gotta move.
You wear that every time?
Pretty much every time.
Wow.
I mean, I might could give you a polo or something like that. But that's about it. Because my thing is, I can't compromise my gift for your comfort. I know what I need for me to give you 100%. You want me to snap in here? You want the you want that Holy Spirit to move? You want the anointing? Then give me what I need and just let me do what I need to do. There's a story in the Bible where it talked with the gentleman that was in the Bible. He was like, listen, I can do whatever it is that you need me to do, but you got to let me have my diet. You got to let me eat the way that I eat. You got to let me pray when I need to pray and do what I need to do. And I'll handle business for you. So it's like, I can't compromise too much with you. I'm sorry. The most you might get is like a polo. That's about it. Other than that, bro, I'm coming in there with a t-shirt on or whatever. And I'm with my jeans and my Jordans and I'm getting busy because listen, It's like, are you focused on clothes or are you focused on change? What are we doing?
Mm.
What are we doing? And
Yeah.
for some people, they might see me and just be like, yo, I don't like him. It's like, it's cool. I don't like you neither. Like, we can agree to disagree and just keep it
That
pushing
part.
and just be
That part.
cordial. And like,
Yep.
just be cordial because you're stuck on something that I'm not stuck on. I don't care about none of that.
Yep. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. But that's, like you said, you trying to make change, you trying to make impact. And I'm so proud of you, just giving you a flower, just everything that you're doing. You move with great intentions, and you want to continue to give you your flowers. I'm so glad we have crossed paths. I can't wait to see what the next 18 months look like. Matter of fact, what does the next 18 months? We manifesting now, because you gonna come back on the show. He's coming back,
Oh,
y'all. Watch. We're gonna be like, what? You did this and what? I'm like, as we're growing, convicted to grow, some of these guests that y'all see is growing too with me, and
oh.
just to see them on this level. So, what does it look like for the rest of the year for 2025? And what's your vision for 2026?
Well, I think the main thing for me is, I spend a lot of time just spending time with my family during this earlier season, and then now I think I'm moving into a space where I'm about to start putting my foot back on the gas pedal. When it comes to the business, a lot of people, they say, balance. You need balance
Yeah.
in life. I don't necessarily believe in balance, because balance means, by definition, to give an equal amount to each area. I cannot do that when it comes to like my family, business, faith. I can't give equal to all. It's a rhythm, right? So it's like, and certain parts of my journey in my life, I have to give more time to my wife, give more time to my kids, or more time to the business. It doesn't stay there forever, but it requires in that season for me to give, okay, this amount of time to my family, because this is a delicate situation. They really need me for this. Okay, so that means we're going to take a dip in the business, right? For some people, they can't do that. Money is their God. So they're like, oh, I can't do that. Like, I'm used to these lavish trips and da, da, da. I'm like, listen, you can have all that. You can keep your yacht. I don't need to own one. I'm cool. I'll come on your yacht. It's cool. Whatever, we can do that. But I don't need that. So I'm more concerned with making sure. All right, put it like this. Um, I was there for everything with my kids, with my sons. When my son spoke, his first word, both of my kids, when both of their first words was dad.
Oh,
Right? When my
cute.
old when he started walking, I was there. I was there to witness him walk. When he
Mhm.
eating and all these different doctor's appointments and all that, daddy is there.
Yep.
I'm there. I don't miss nothing when it comes to my kids, because that's important to me.
Yep.
And I got to be around, and I'm not going to jeopardize that for money, which is fiat, and it's a tool. It's fluid. It comes and it goes.
Yeah.
But the time that I have with my kids, especially in the early development phase, statistics show 0 to 3, most important times that you can be with your child. That's when you build the connection with them. Like, oh, I can trust this person, right? Happens later on in life as well too, but that 0 to 3, most impactful, strongest that you're gonna get. I'm like, so with my sons, 0 to 3, I'm there. They know daddy coming home, daddy's gonna be here. I'm going if I gotta work, I'm there. I'm coming back. There's been times I get the earliest flight I can get, hop on that flight, get to a place, do my work, come back home. I'm home to pick up my son from daycare. He never even know daddy was out the state.
Wow.
That's how I roll. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I want it to be. I'm cool with that. I don't necessarily need lavish trips and all this extra stuff that people do. Like, it's whatever. That's your thing. That's not mine. So for me, all right, yeah, we just get back to putting my foot on the gas pedal where I am. I'm going hard and I'm doing more work. But still also keeping my family top of mind. That's
Okay.
that. As far as that goes, and then I mean, with the way things are kind of going, the educational space, I may do some more work within the corporate space as well, and also while I'm still serving the educational space as well.
Yeah. Do we see conference next year? Another conference next year?
That's what people are asking for. They're asking for another calling conference. So we are definitely going to see. I know we did the first one In Trenton, New Jersey. It will be moved this year, most likely to a place that maybe further north, just so we can try to get more of the people who are, in New York and Pennsylvania, well,
Oh
Pennsylvania,
yeah.
Pennsylvania South, but like north where New York, Connecticut, stuff like that. Maybe give them an opportunity to be able to make it and be closer for them as well.
Awesome. What about books? Because you've written how many books so far?
I have one physical book, and then I have like 2 ebooks, but I'm actually working on my second physical book as well.
Nice. So y'all, when he comes back, we're gonna have a book. He's gonna be holding up his second book. We're gonna manifest that thing. I'm telling you, Brad. Watch what I tell you. We speaking that your conference is gonna have the sponsor, whatever sponsors you had, we 10x in that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
We 10x in the sponsorships and bigger, bolder, big things. We're doing big things for 2026. And so I'm super, super proud of you. And listen, y'all, if y'all would like to work with Brad, like you're an educator, you in the school system, things like that, you just see how he just went off on the passion that he has for the students of all ages. If you would like to book with him, whether he's coming to your school, talking to the students, the educators, or if you're in a corporate space. Listen, I already told him. I said, "What do you do?" He said, "Leadership integrity, the effective communication." What else? Well, you said something about the emotional, the EQ, the IQ. Look, he was giving me all the cues, and I said, "I didn't even." Ooh, I was a teachable mom. I was learning all the cues because I was like, I know our IQ and EQ, but yeah, but he got some other stuff. But if you would like for him to come to your organization, please go to bradbutler2.com. Also, if you just and hey, you could be a nonprofit organization. Maybe it's an all men's group, and you want him to come and talk to the men about the advocacy of the balance of or the harmony of, because he's saying like balance. I count that, but the harmony of showing up as a great father and a husband and still balancing entrepreneurship. He got you. So listen, like Fat Joe said, listen, today's price ain't yesterday's price. So get it now while he ain't switched over, because tell you next year might be a different price. But I also want you to go follow him on IG at Brad Butler the second. Now, is this same across the board on all social media?
I mean, you'll see if you just type in Brad Butler II on all social media platforms, you'll find me. I tell people all the time, if you can't find me, you ain't trying.
Listen, go check his stuff out. Like when I tell you his clips, you can get a lot just from that 30 to 60-second clip that he puts out. I mean, amazing, phenomenal speaker. Like I am co-signing because I've seen him, just from the social media stuff. And so I'm super, super proud of you. And before we head out, I don't need to ask you what convicted to grow means because you've already said that in episode 22. But I will ask you this: if you can kind of close us out with the 2-minute or less rapid fire on, because right now I've been talking about this rebuild season of even just right now people are going through uncertainty. People are going through setbacks. People are just going through trying to figure life, trying to figure out the next move and things like that. What message would you share with someone who's looking to rebuild and rise again?
Oh man. All right, so people talk about different animals and stuff like that, like which ones to like trying to be like. Well, here's one that you may not have ever thought about: be like a buffalo. And some people say, oh, well, why would I want to be like a buffalo, like of all animals? Well, if you actually study buffaloes, you know that buffaloes actually run to storms, not away from them. And the reason why they run to the storm is because they know that the level of adversity that they're going to deal with is much shorter if they actually go directly to the storm or run directly to the storm. But if they run away from it, it'll last much longer. So for many people, you're dealing with something, whatever it might be, relationships, you just been handed a tough card or a hand in life. And you're like, man, I'd rather just run away from it. I'd rather just fold. I'd rather just, pretend to be somebody else, somebody that I'm not. The best thing for you to do is actually run toward it. Run headlong toward whatever the issue is, whatever the problem is that you're dealing with, because that is like the shortest distance from A to B is a straight line. It's a straight line. And the sooner you're like, let me just deal with this thing. Let me just admit I struggle with sin. I struggle with drinking. I struggle with smoking. I struggle with drugs. I struggle with being a good father. I struggle with being a mother. I struggle with being a parent. I struggle with my family. I struggle with my past. I struggle with my faith. I struggle with just being me. I struggle with looking in the mirror because of the things that I've done and the things that I've said and the people that I've hurt. The way that you address that is by dealing with it head on. You got to go to it. You got to meet the adversity at your doorstep. You can't wait for it to kick your door down and come in and embarrass you and catch you by surprise. You got to go to it. Like when something, listen, I don't know if anybody from the hood, like out from the hood, you met the adversity at your doorstep. If somebody said they want to smoke, if somebody said they had a problem with you, you came outside. I'm coming to meet you. You don't give them that advantage to kick your door in and come inside and throw off your peace.
That part.
You let them kick the door down, come inside your home and disturb your peace. No. If we gonna handle the scandal, I'm gonna meet you outside. Why? Because if I let you come in my house and disturb my peace and you tear everything up, guess what? When you leave, I still gotta stay in this house that's a mess and you've destroyed my peace. It's a reminder that I didn't just go straight to the door. I didn't handle the problem when I was supposed to handle it. So I'm telling you, be like the buffaloes and go straight to the storm. And what you'll realize is that there's these individuals who, like there's always going to be a storm. There's never not going to be one. Either you are in the middle of a storm, you're coming out of a storm, or you're about to go into a storm, but there's always a storm. And if you get to the point where you're like the buffalo and you're like, I'm going to go directly toward the storm to deal with this thing head on, you will eventually get to the point where you've dealt with adversity so many times and dealt with so many of these issues, and you got so comfortable with dealing with adversity and being the buffalo and going to the storm and going headlong into it, you will eventually get to the point where one day you will wake up and say, I am the storm. I am the storm. I bring the drama. I part the clouds and bring the thunder. Like when it's smoke to be made, it's me. I'm the one that's doing it. I make the ground shake. I'm not the one that's walking around here in fear. People are in fear of me and the way that I move in excellence. And your averageness is what makes you fear me. Because I move in excellence in everything that I touch. In the good book that I read, it said everything that I should touch, I turn to gold.
Ooh, yes. Man.
Why? Because, listen, in two things when it comes to the storm. Yes, storms they come through and they destroy things, but they also clear a path. So you get to the point where you like, I am the storm. I ain't come here to like direct shop. I came to clear a path.
Yeah.
I'm out here looking for good trouble. I'm that guy. I'm that one. I'm the one that people are just like, yo, him again? Yep, it's me. Yep. I'm here looking for good trouble because I want us to do this thing the right way. I want to empower our people. I want to make sure that they realize just how strong we are, how powerful we really are, that we actually do make a difference and we deserve more out of life. And we would have so much more if we just tapped in, if we connected with each other, we loved on each other a little bit more, if we cared a little bit more. But in order for that to happen, it's going to have to be a storm. And it's going to be some rain. Somebody's going to have to cry.
Mic drop. Oh man, whenever you do like this, start closing your eyes, I was like, oh Lord, he going in. I'm trying to whenever I see you, it's like a 1.5 seconds. I said, oh, he's coming with something. You came up with the buffalo, like, oh my gosh, y'all, like, I can't, that's the ending of this thing. Like, I usually end it out. Man, like Brad has came in like a thief in the night and just shut it down. Y'all, if y'all don't go pick this man up, do you hear me? Y'all just heard everything he said today, and I got chill bumps just hearing you talk, because the way you talk so fluently is just, man, you are gifted. You can't cheat on that gift. You can't cheat on that gift. You bet not. I bet not see you working somewhere. Shoot.
Doing insurance.
I bet not. I bet not call Verizon and ask for lower my bill, and I'm getting you as the customer service rep on the other line talking about ID number 856-789. But no, we're not doing that. We is not doing that. But listen, Brad, man, you gonna always be my fam. I appreciate you. I can't wait to work with you on some other things, hopefully. And the best, y'all. Listen, y'all, the best, the best, the best. I ain't gonna end it out. I have nothing else to say but to keep supporting your girl. Y'all heard what he said. That's it. That's it. Y'all gonna be like, what? Yeah, we doing things differently this time. So thank y'all once again for joining. I love y'all. And until next time, peace.